On the list of things you want to be doing today, I'll bet you that shopping your insurance or talking to an agent or broker was not exactly high on that list. What if the traditional way of shopping your insurance is creating even more of all the things that you hate about shopping for insurance? More frustrating, more confusing, more time-consuming. What if there's a better way? We're going to talk about 4 big problems with the traditional way of shopping for your insurance and what you can do about it right after this. Let's jump right into it. The first big problem with the traditional way of shopping for insurance is that it puts all the responsibility on you. You have to be the expert when you're picking. Now, it's even worse than you might think because you're not responsible just for picking the right agent. You're also responsible for picking the right carrier and the right policy under the traditional way of shopping. Because you go out to market, you either ask someone in your circle, you post on social media, or you ask for a referral from a few other people that you do business with. You collect a few agents, you ask all of them for quotes, and they do their thing in the marketplace, and they come back and put it in front of you, their recommendations, and then it's up to you to figure out which of those agents is the best one for your needs, and which of those carriers and policies are the best ones for your needs. I don't know about you, but I don't like that pressure. That's a lot of pressure to make the right choice. And last time I checked, you weren't a full-time professional risk management and insurance expert. The second big problem with the traditional way of shopping for insurance is that it's very likely that the less than ideal agent is going to end up with the best policy or quote. I bet if we gave you all the information about 3 hypothetical agents, gave you everything there is to know about those 3 agents, their experience, their technology, their client experience, the relationship with the underwriters that they have out in the marketplace, you could probably decide which of those 3 is your first best, your second best, and your third best for your needs and preferences. And I also bet if we gave you all the information about the insurance carriers and policies that you are choosing from, gave you everything you need to know about their claims process and the way that the policies are written and the things that maybe aren't so great about them and the way that they handle claim service and endorsements and everything else about working with that carrier, I bet you could probably pick your best option, your second best option, and your third best option if you knew everything. Now, here's the problem with the traditional way of shopping. You have no idea which agent is going to end up with which policy because every commercial insurance company out there will only work with one agent at a time. It is an absolute rat race the moment that you start asking for quotes because whoever gets to a carrier first has dibs on that carrier and they won't work with anybody else unless you designate your chosen representative from among the agents that are trying to compete. Now, what happens when you are stuck picking the right agent and also stuck picking the right policy? It almost becomes a game of whack-a-mole. If we assume for hypothetical purposes, for argument's sake, there's 3 agents and 3 policies that you're choosing from between, you have less than a 12% chance of getting the right agent and the right policy. I don't like those odds. That doesn't work for me. Does it work for you? 12%? The third problem with the traditional way of shopping for insurance is that it creates a subconscious bias towards cost and a subjugating, a lowering of importance of literally every other factor in consideration. It commoditizes what should be a professional, white-collar advisory relationship. If you're making insurance decisions based on the cost of the program, then I don't know how else to say it. It sounds rude, but you're a sucker because the cost of the program is the most easily manipulated number in the entire conversation. There are so many different levers an agent can pull to mess with the cost, and if you're not an expert, you may not have any idea exactly how that cost was rendered. When you're dealing with 3 different agents, 4, 5, 6 different agents, whoever it is, the traditional way of shopping, all the other things that come into the conversation, the expertise, the experience, the specific advice, the advocacy, the value-add services like loss control and active claims support and property valuation, and all of the other things, the professional knowledge and expertise that goes into that advisory relationship gets kicked to the curb, and you're making a decision based mostly on price. The fourth and final big problem with the traditional way of shopping for insurance is it takes away from the role of the agent or broker. The most important thing in most of these conversations is the agent or broker getting to know you and your business, getting to understand the nuances of the way that you operate, the things that you guys do that makes you a better risk, and then telling that story to the insurance marketplace, communicating who you are as a company to the underwriters at the carriers, the program managers, all the folks out there in insurance land that have direct control over the price that you pay, the cost of your program, as well as the terms that you get in the program that may or may not be beneficial for you. When you go out to market and have a bunch of different agents going willy-nilly, it creates absolute chaos, and the storytelling of your business to the underwriters gets lost in the weeds because there is no competition among underwriters. They're not being forced to compete to win for your business. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying you should take competition out of the equation. I'm saying you should move competition from where it is right now with the traditional way of shopping at the policy and the carrier level and move it up to the agent or broker level where you're making a selection based on important things like expertise and technology and staffing and communication style and client experience and all the different convenience features that come into play when you're making an agent or broker decision, when you're interviewing, when you're forcing people to prove that they deserve your business rather than just, can you give me a cheap price? Can you give me the coverage that my lender, my third party, my contractor is requiring? When you elevate your buying decisions, you end up getting better results. Let's have a conversation about that. We'd love to talk with you. Our email address is right there on the screen, commercial@riskwell.com. You can also call us at 469-678-8001. That's all there is for this video. Thanks for watching. Make it a great day, and we'll talk to you again real soon.